MsKeeshKeesh here. How is everyone doing? I hope everybody's doing fantastic. Oh, if you want to see my shirt, I really like it. This is like a small FYI. It says be silent and listen. And at the bottom it says the inspiration you seek is already inside you. It just says be silent and listen. And I really like that that concept. You know, I am a Christian, so I do believe in, you know, being slower to speak and quicker to hear. So I just really like that shirt. And in the back it has this really nice heart cutout. I really like this shirt. Just throw that in there just because I can. But what I want to talk about today is actually my hair. Okay, so I did actually film a video talking about my frequently asked questions on my Indian Remy Wet and Wavy hair. Honestly, I watched it the other day and the video quality is so terrible. But what happened was I uploaded it and YouTube asked me if I wanted to increase the quality of my video because my video exhibited some shakiness. I said yes, and it made the video terrible. Like, it was fine when I uploaded it, but then after the fact it was just horrid. I decided that I was going to actually refilm that video. The major reason as to why is because I actually have the hair in my head. This is the Wet and Wavy Indian Remy hair that I had sewn in my hair. Since I have the hair in, I can actually really talk about it and give you even more specs and even more review comments on this hair. So some of the frequently asked questions on this hair is, one, how long did I have it in? Now obviously I have it in now, but they're talking about previously when I first had it sewn in. And I put links to the videos of, you know, the unboxing of the hair, the first thoughts of the hair, and my refreshing video. I have answered most of the questions that you might have about the specifics of this hair, the links and everything. So just check out those videos if you have any really specific questions on the actual hair. But I'll throw in some random ones. Whatever you catch here, you can catch, and then if I don't say it, it's more than likely in one of those 3 videos, and they'll be linked below. So I kept the hair in for, I got it done in March. I took it out in May, maybe 2.5 months. It was a dream. I love this hair. As you can see, it still looks amazing. I love this hair. Like, I have no complaints about this hair. But the only reason that I took it out, which is going to kind of merge into my next frequently asked questions, is did I straighten the hair? Yes, I did straighten the hair. I really wish I hadn't, because honestly, straightening the hair really messed up the texture of the hair. It messed up the quality of the hair. It really got bad. Basically what happened was that after maybe a month and a half of having the hair, I decided to straighten it because I wanted it to be bone straight like it was in the beginning. And I'll insert a picture to show you guys how straight it was outside the pack. I wanted it to get back to that straight, but my straightening iron is not that great. My flat iron is not that great, so I couldn't really get it bone straight. I couldn't get it straight. So this is actually what it looked like. That was the straightest that I could get it, and that is a braid out that I did on that hair because I would just wear braid outs the whole time that I had it straight because it wasn't bone straight. It was really poofy, so I just decided to just do braid outs on it. So I kept the straight hair for about a week or a week or two ish in between that, and then decided that I missed it curly, so I decided that I would want to revert it back to being in its curly state. So I washed it, I deep conditioned it, I took my time with it and everything. Now it reverted back, but I think I did a braid out for the next day or something like that after I washed it. I took the braid out. The curl pattern was great. I don't have any pictures from it, but the curl pattern was great. But maybe an hour or 2 later, the nape of my neck and the bottom of the hair, because the hair was 2/18 and 2/16, so the bottoms, the ends of the hair were matted like crazy. I'm talking about together, and I'm talking about like I can't run my fingers through it type of matting. Like, it was terrible, and it would get really poofy when I walked outside. I live in Florida, so it's humid, and this hair is humid hair, so when I walk outside it would naturally get poofy, but not crazy poofy. But after I straightened the hair and it reverted back, it would get ridiculously big. Like, I mean, huge big, and it just looked a mess. Like, it was really bad. And this is the same exact hair, but I'm gonna get to how, you know, I revived it. I was just getting so tired of the matting. I was getting so tired of having to detangle 2 or 3 or 4 times a day. Like, that's crazy, because when I first got the hair in, I would be able to detangle it. Okay, say I would wet the whole thing and I would detangle it. I wouldn't really have to detangle if I was twisting my hair every night. I wouldn't have to detangle until maybe day 3 of having that twist out hair. It would be a little, I would have a lot of, what's that stuff called? Fuzz? Fuzz? Is it fuzz? fuzzy. I don't remember, what is the word for that? It's not fuzzy. Frizzy. Frizz, duh, Keish, get it together. Yeah, I would have a lot of frizz like at the top, like you would see like some flyaways and some frizz at the top, but all in all, it was still, I still could run my fingers through it. It was really still soft by day 3. And then I would just wet it, or if I didn't go to sleep, like if I threw it up in a ponytail, or if I didn't take care of it before I went to sleep or twist it before I went to sleep, I would just have to detangle once a day, honestly. Like I would wake up in the morning, I would detangle it. Depending on how bad it was, I would detangle it and then be free for the rest of the day. In my refreshing video, that was probably like day 3 hair maybe, and that was after just going to sleep. And like y'all saw how I woke up. Like I woke up and I was just like you know, the hair was just kind of everywhere and I had to refresh it. Before straightening my hair, it was just I detangled once for every 3 or so days, or once a day. After I straightened it and it reverted back, I would detangle 3 or 4 times a day. So if you're asking me my opinion, I would say do not straighten this hair. This hair is not to be straightened. I don't think it really likes to be straight. If you wanted to experience this hair straight, I would say when you get the hair while it's straight, just experiment with it like that, straight. Don't try to straighten it after it goes curly. Like if you really wanted it straight, when you get it out the pack and you first get it installed, just rock it straight, enjoy it, curl it, flip it, do whatever you want with it. But once you get the curls to come out, or once you revert it to being curly or in this curly state, I recommend that you do not straighten the hair, because it just really gave me problems. And that was the sole reason why I took this hair out, was because the matting and the poofiness was getting out of control and I was just over it. So I just took the hair out. Had it not been for that, I would have gone the full 3 months without a problem. Like the first 2 months went by and honestly I didn't even see the days passing, because it was such a joy to have this hair in. So I took it out or whatever and I just kind of threw it in a bag, and I was frustrated because I love this hair but it wasn't doing what I needed it to do. Now as you can see, once again, it's in my hair. It's gorgeous, as you can tell. Like the curls are popping. Like this hair is, you can, like if you're just talking about how it looks, you can clearly see just by looking at it why I love this hair so much. It's beautiful. My graduation was May 8th, and so I decided that I wanted to have a bob for my graduation. I didn't know if I wanted to do it with curly hair or if I wanted to do it with straight hair, but I knew I wanted to have a bob. And I have hair, you know, here and there, just old weave that I have here and there. So I had some straight hair weave and I also had this curly hair weave, and I was like, okay, so do I want to do straight or do I want to do curly? Now a friend of mine, shout out to Tracy, boo boo, what up, she told me about a bleach wash, and like she said that she took a lot of her synthetic and human hair wigs or weave or whatever, and she did bleach washes with them, and she kind of explained it, and there's plenty of videos on YouTube about that. So if you want to know what a bleach wash is, it's basically just running your weave through bleach and ammonia to detangle them and get all of your tangles out. So it just basically removes all the tangles and all the mats in your hair and kind of restores it like brand new. I actually followed a blog post on it that I found on Google. I'll link that below so that if you want to know the exact one I used, I'll link that one below in the video description box. So she told me about the bleach washes and how it basically restores your hair back. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna give that curly hair one more shot. I'm gonna just try to do the bleach wash, see what comes out of doing the bleach wash. So I did the bleach wash, and now I can say that doing the bleach wash on straight hair is a lot easier than doing the bleach wash on the curly hair. Like some of the bundles, because I mean I had like, you know, several bundles to make all of the hair, so some of the bundles were really easy to tangle. One of them was hell for the curly hair. I mean hell to really detangle it, but I got it through. But the straight hair was a breeze. I just you swirl it around in the bleach water and you just detangle it straight, because it's straight hair. But this curly hair, you might want to take your time with it. I would say if you have old hair, if this hair or curly hair that's old and you want to do a bleach wash, I would say do it a bundle at a time. Don't take all 5 bundles or all 8 bundles or all 8 pieces and try to detangle it at the same time. It's not a good idea. Just do it a bundle at a time. Anyway, so I did the bleach wash, and I had high hopes. At the time when I was doing the bleach washes for both the curly hair and the straight hair, I still hadn't made up my mind on which one I wanted to use. But honestly, even though this hair took more work, even though this hair was driving me crazy, even though I had to take out every single track separately and detangle it and make sure everything was all right, I still fell back in love with this hair. You have to understand how much I love this hair. I love it. Period. When I just saw the curls coming back together and everything detangling really nicely, I said, you know what? Forget the straight hair. I am definitely putting this curly hair back in my head and getting it cut. So I had one of my friends install it for me. It wasn't as full as it once was when I initially had it in. It was a lot thinner. Yeah, it's just a lot thinner. Like less hair. I don't know what happened, if I lost some hair or whatever, but I don't have, it's not as full, like sewn in is not as full as it was. It was pretty, you know, thick up here, and then it kind of got a little thin at the ends. I knew I wanted to cut it regardless, so it didn't really bother me that the ends weren't doing like they were before, or it wasn't the same as it was when I first got it installed. But oh, that was something. So there's a lake behind my house, and I feel like a fish was just kind of sitting, like had his face on the outside of the water. That's cool. Anyway, after I got the hair installed, I went to a stylist friend of mine, and she cut it for me in this bob. When I tell you I left the salon feeling myself, let me tell you, this is what it looked like immediately out of the salon. It was brushed out. She had to brush it out so that, you know, she could cut it and everything. And then I got home and styled it, and this is what it be looking like once it's styled. I absolutely love my hair. That's what it looks like. So this is what the haircut is looking like. She did an amazing job on the cut. My first friend did an amazing job on the actual sew-in. Now, what I do to actually style this hair, which is not much you really need. I mean, honestly, you can get by with just, like I did in my refreshing video, just water and conditioner. I decided to use this product that I have. I actually bought it for my natural hair, but I have 4C type hair. And yeah, wash and goes ain't it for my type of hair. So I bought this thing expecting it to give me great twist outs, but it didn't. Now that I have this hair, I found use for it. It is this Cantu Shea Butter for natural hair, Define and Shine Custard, and it says delivers brilliant shine and perfect hold. This is pretty much what I do maybe every 2 to 3 days, honestly. Is I got home, I had a spray bottle full of water and conditioner, and my powder brush, excuse it, there's hair all in it. Then I wet my hair. I just kind of took it like this basically. Spray, 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 spray. And then I took my paddle brush with all of the hair sticking out of it, and then just kind of lightly brush my hair. I didn't like try to get it through there like that because I didn't want to, you know, rip the hair out of the wefts. So I just lightly kind of just brush it underneath, brush it all the way around. I flipped my hair forward and kind of brushed it lightly on the bottom and made sure that everything was detangled and nice and wet. And then I just took some of this, put it on my hands, and kind of rubbed it through my hair, and then, you know, like kind of underneath. Oh, and then one of the biggest things that you need to do when you're using conditioner or a custard or a gel or mousse or whatever, I've seen my, you know, Spanish sisters do this, but I didn't really understand the purpose, but now I kind of do. When you put it in there, kind of scrunch it and let it go, because that really helps define the curls. If you just run it through it, your curls will look kind of weighted and heavy, but when you're running your hands through it, kind of scrunch it up. Every time you do it, just kind of scrunch it up so that it kind of helps form and define the curl. So that's basically what I do to style it. It's a little crispy. I mean, it's soft and it moves, as you can see. You feel what I'm saying? But it's a little crispy, but I'd rather it be crispy and defined than really soft and this big. I just completely love this hair. I am so glad that it was able to revert back to its really good texture and really good manageability after I did the bleach wash. And I don't know if anybody ever decides to do bobs with curly hair, but do bobs with curly hair. I always loved bobs, straight bobs, curly bobs, whatever. And really what this gives me is kind of like a bob, like a straight hair bob that I consistently put curls in, and just has really good volume. But if you have some of this hair left over and you're just like thinking about throwing it away, don't throw it away, okay? Don't throw it away. Just go ahead and use it. Do a bleach wash, install it back in, and have somebody cut it for you into a bob. This is a layered bob, so ask somebody to cut it for you into a bob, and it'll have new life. Like, this hair has new life. I'm trying to think of any other questions I get on this actual hair. They asked me about the brand. I'll put a picture for you guys to see the actual brand of the hair. It is by Saga. Milky Way Saga. It is the Indian Remy Wet and Wavy hair. It came in 2 16s, 2 18s, and a 14-inch closure. Everything was in that one box. I did need an extra bundle just to give it the fullness that I had in my previous videos. It was in a color 2. I think that's pretty much the questions that I get asked. Mostly is how long I kept it in, did I love the hair, which I did, and if I straightened it, and how was it when it was straight. And you guys already have heard my opinion on that. I have taken that other video down, the frequently asked questions video that I had on my channel. I've already taken it down because it's just a terrible quality of video and I don't want that on my channel. So I just took it down because it's so bad. So here is a new frequently asked questions on that hair, and I hope that you guys really enjoyed this. I guess I will see you guys on the next video. Have a blessed night, everyone. Bye bye.